everyone, welcome to another edition of Craps Down Under. Today I'm going to go through the Don't Pass Recycler again. So I think everyone kind of liked this strategy, so let's see how we go. We always start with a $60 bet and we've just got to win this first one and then we parlay our win. So let's get into it. Just need to get one win under our belt first, and we're on the 10. 10's the point there, so that's a good number to be on. And there's a 5, and there's an 8, and there's a 6, there's a 4. Shooters all over the place. There's a 9, there's a 5 again, and there's our 7. So that's what we're looking for. So shooter, or maybe he's not the shooter, but the player wins his $60. So this is where we just parlay it straight up, 120. So you can, if you want, you can hedge. You can hedge your base bet here on the come out. Come out is where most of your risk is. If a 7 or yo rolls, my kind of take is if you're going to hedge it, let us get up a little bit before we hedge it, because it just gets, you're just taking away too much. And look at that, we got a perfect outcome. Couldn't really hope for any better than that. Let's get into it. 120. So now we're at 240. That's our bet. So we stack that up. Now, a prudent player would go, well, look at that. I can actually take it down a bit. And if I do that, I've got my original back in my bank, right? So I've got my original outlay, $60. And this is one of the things when you're playing, you really want to think about how often do I have to keep replenishing my bets out of my bankroll. And part of this strategy is about trying to preserve, so you're not digging into your bankroll as much. Now you are going to get come out losses. They are going to happen, no doubt about it. And you might have to go through a few pass line losses before you actually get a don't pass that actually wins. But we've now taken $60 back. We've preserved our initial stake as safe. Now we're just playing with our winnings now. And now we're actually trying to multiply it up. And we're really just now about protecting our winnings. So we've got 150, right? 60, 70, $80. So we've got $180 there riding on this. Oh, and we got another ace deuce. It really is our day today. It doesn't always go so well. I'm kind of surprised. Let's say, okay. This might be a quick video because I can't set a point. We're winning on the front line. So look, I would say that is an awesome win. I'll take all the red back, and I'll probably take a couple of those back too. That gives me a fair bit in my rack. I'm still trying to play for a big win here. So I got 200 there, 250. Let the 250 ride. Let's go. And we're on the 8. So 8's our point. So 250. Now what we want to do here is we're actually going to hedge some of that action, so we at least preserve an amount. Now given we have no stake, we've got no skin in the game really, this is all from our winnings, and it is a nice win, got to say. So we don't actually have to preserve anything this round. The recycler is about trying to preserve. We don't actually preserve any of our original stake, but let's say we want to protect, say, half of this, right? So we've got 100, maybe 150, right? Maybe that's something we want to preserve, something around that, maybe around that sort of figure. So what we can do, we can just drop 100, we could put 120 on this, that'll pay 140, and we'll just stick that there. Now we're still going to make a chunk of money. We've got 120 there, we've got about 250 on there, so we're going to make money. We can't lose. Absolutely can't lose here. 10. Because remember, this is all winnings. We're just trying to protect some of our winnings. 8. So they got the point. So we lose this, all right? But remember, we have preserved some of this bet. So 140 pays 150. So 120 pays 140. I'll get it right. So we've lost a little bit here. So we lost 120, a little bit less, but all right. So there's our 140 bucks. That's what we get to keep. This is what we lose. So remember, it was about 100 and, what was it, 110 we've actually lost. And that's okay, because we stand to make money either way. It's gambling, right? We're trying to make a bigger win. So remember, this is all winnings. And we're trying to multiply it up. Now we're on the 9 this time. It's the same shooter. And on the 8, now forgot to put my hedge against this. So the 9, so what do we got? We've got 140. So given we're going to buy the 9, so what are we going to do? What are we actually going to try and preserve? I'd try and preserve maybe $90. So maybe I'll put 60 on here. All right, 60 is going to pay 90. But I'm going to win something either way, right? So 60 comes out of that, but what I make the difference between the 60 and the 140. That's what I make the difference of. So I'm going to make a reasonable amount of money either way. And I'm still preserving some money here. If I hit the point, I'm still going to have some money to keep playing. And that's what this recycle is about. It's about allowing you to keep playing for an extended period that you otherwise wouldn't get to play. You'd be going, oh, well, start over, reach back into here every time. We're not doing that. We're actually playing with our very first 60 bucks that we took out, plus took some profit. And that's what we're actually using. So this is actually stretching your play for a lot longer than you otherwise would have. So we win all this. So obviously we win our bet back plus a chunk. Just to be clear, that's what we're going to get back, and bit there, right? So that's kind of what we won. Pretty good. Right, that's our net win. Once we take our $60 out, our net win, right, we made 80 bucks. Right, so put this back in our rack because that was our buy that we had on the 9. So what do we want to do now? So we know we've got 100, 150. Let's take it up to 200. Take it up to 200. I'll put this little bit back in our rack. So 200 is what we got riding. And we're on the 4. Right, so 200. What do you need to do to preserve that? Well, if I was to put 100 on there, I would preserve the entire amount. Now, would I want to do that, given the 4 has a pretty low chance of getting hit anyway? So I don't have to put 100 to just make $100 profit, right? So, but if I do put 100, I cannot lose. All I'm going to make, I'm either going to break even or I'm going to make 100 bucks. So putting 100 on is a pretty good thing, but I'll put a little bit less. I'll put 75, do a buy, 75, that's going to pay 150. It's good enough. I'm preserving a base from which to do my next round should the 4 get hit. I'm still giving myself enough room to make some money. So I'm going to make 125 if the 7 comes. And given I'm the favourite here, I'd rather bias myself towards making a little bit more. There's an 8. There's a 9. There's a 5. There's a 3. There's a yo. There's a 5. There's hard 6. There's an 8. There's a 10. So shooter's doing pretty well, having a nice long roll here. There's a 10 again. Another 10. Whoops, off the table. Grab another die. And we got our 7. So this way, yep, we lost 75. So we're not paying any big. But we've got to get paid on the front here. So it's quite a nice win there. So how much did we net? That's what we net, right? 125 bucks. So again, you can parlay the entire amount. So we've got, what do we got? 100, 200, 300. Now we've got about 80 bucks. 80 bucks here. I'll fill that one up there. I'll take a little bit back. 300 bucks. Why don't I put some profit back in my rack? You don't have to go, 100% press up, press up, press up. We're still growing our bet. We have locked in a little bit of profit here. Now you could go, for me, given a $700 bankroll, the fact that we've got 300 bucks here, we've got 75 here, we've got about 80 there. I mean, it's a good day. I would probably be satisfied with that and leave the table right now. Like that, 10% is 70 bucks of $700, right? 20%, 140. All right, we're doing okay. We've made more than half our bankroll. Way more than half our bankroll. It's a good time to go. So, but let's say we're going to push our luck a bit further. Now, if we get a come out 7, we're going to lose a whole lot here. Personally, I wouldn't do this. I would actually take my bet down. I'd probably take half of that back and go, you know what? I'm going to at least have a nice chunk back in my rack. But let's just play aggressive. And we've got the 8. So 8's not a good one to go on. So we've got 300 bucks on there. Now we could put maybe a couple of, what do we want to put? So if we put 20, what's it going to be? 208, somewhere around there. Still going to make a fair bit of money. Maybe I'll just do 150. Bugger it. Let's just do 150. 150 is a nice, easy number to work with. We'll do that. 150. Put that on. And where's the dice? There they are. So I'm just going to pick up some other dice. So 150. I'm preserving a large chunk here. This is going to do us very well, regardless of what happens. We're still going to preserve a lot of our bet here, but we've still got a chance to make 150 bucks if we don't hit the 8. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to kind of get somewhere around that halfway point. Of course, the bet pays more than what the bet is. So, halfway between there and this bet, I'm going to lock in 150 bucks if a 7 appears. But I've got 150, or I'm going to have more than 150. I'm going to have what this pays out as my starting over if I do hit the 8. So it's like this kind of, you're setting up a position where you're able to keep playing and you're not reaching into the bankroll. So dice off the table there. There's a 4, came hard. Ace deuce. And there's our 7. So last time the 8 saved, when we're on the 8, it saved us. This time, well, there's 150 less profit, but I'm not complaining because, we're going home now. We're going home. Right, chuck that all back in. We've made, is that going to fit? No, that's all good there. I'll get that converted to reds. All right, let's see if that fits in our rack. So look, we're shy, we're $5 shy, $5 shy of $600. So we got $5.95. That's what we made, $5.95. And did we ever really, we never drew down at all. Now you will get some drawdowns on that pass line. You know, if you can come out sevens, you are going to get some drawdowns, but you just got to, that's just part of playing the game. You've got that come out risk. You absolutely can't avoid risk and making money at the same time. You have to take some risk, and if you try and hedge everything away, you'll do all your profit basically through hedging. But what we're really trying to do here is just preserve enough so we can start at a reasonable level if the point gets knocked off. And we are still taking, I didn't do any hedging on the come out. We could have had sevens and yos. That's going to happen, right? But again, you get that first don't pass win, parlay it up, then you start to build it up, roll it, and you are going to hit points. I mean, we still hit our point. You are going to hit the point. The point's going to get hit, but you're preserving enough that you can restart for free. You're not having to keep coming back into here, so therefore your bankroll's not being depleted. So you really want to use this for just dealing with those getting yourself started money. It's really, that's what it's about. You know, you might have a couple of 2, 3, 4 pass line wins before you actually get a chance to make a don't pass win. So remember, that's what we're trying to do. We've got enough to sort of kick it off, get it started, and then we're just trying to roll it around, cycle it around, and make money. But as you can see, this is the second time I've rolled this, and it's a substantial amount of profit. And you know, yes, we didn't get a frontside losses. Yes, we got some frontside wins, which were fortuitous. They're not always going to come that way, but it's not that you're always going to not get them either. So, you know, I've run the strategy again. It's won again. I want to see this, and I'll probably do a few more videos, and we'll see this warts and all, what happens when we get bunches of frontside losses, and we'll see how it handles those situations. Of course, you know, if we don't get started and we're paying $60 each time, you know, $60, $60, $60, I've got basically 10 goes to get started with a $700 bankroll. So, look, I'm going to leave it there. I think it's shown that it can make some good money, and you know, we really didn't have a lot of risk other than those come out rolls. We did make it through those, but it showed that even when we got our point hit, we didn't go back to start. We didn't go back to zero, did we? We preserved enough, and from that bit that we preserved, we grew it to where we are here. So I think that's the merit of the strategy, and look forward to your comments and feedback. Thanks for watching.